Welcome back to my Editor-in-Chief desk, where I help you start living and working like a writer. I've written a lot about rejection because it is a very relevant topic when you are working as a writer. And recently I was talking about when someone hates your writing. I have a few videos back, and I've kind of covered that theme. I've sprinkled it in a bit over my last couple of videos when an actual reader hates your writing and that has been published. But historically, when I've talked about rejection, it's been that some sort of gatekeeper, whether it's an editor or a content manager, has just flat out rejected your writing. So you don't even have a chance to publish it on their publication. So that's the type of rejection that I'm talking about today, because it can be really discouraging, and it frankly stops a lot of writers because it happens a lot. There's no working writer who doesn't experience rejection. So my trick to working through rejection is becoming what I call disappointment proof. You really have to get over the disappointment of that rejection, of your inevitable rejection. You have to accept the rejection and then become very resilient when you start feeling disappointed. Probably one of my top favorite articles that I've written is about rejection. I'll link to that in the description box below, because it talks about different things than what are on my mind today, all under sort of the same theme, but it goes through it a bit more systematically, and there's some helpful tips in there. So if you're interested in reading an article on this topic, check it out below. But what's sort of in the front of my mind today to talk about is my 2-week rule. I have a 2-week rule for many things when it comes to writing, but in regard to rejection, I think when you do feel that disappointment come up, either an editor gave you harsh feedback, or they just flat out I'm saying rejection a lot. It's the topic of the day. If they flat out told you no, maybe they gave you harsh criticism also, I think it's important to take that 2 weeks. Take 2 weeks to really feel what you are going through, because it's through those feelings that glimmers of hope come and new creative ideas come. It's really important to let yourself feel it and not just pretend that that disappointment didn't happen. It's not like this fake becoming disappointment proof where you're in denial or you're fooling yourself, or suppressing those bad feelings. It's more a recognition of those feelings and how they're not going to last and that you're going to move on. So you recognize in order to move through them. I've found that denial just pushes off, or it postpones the healing, really. You have to face it to heal it. So if you feel rejected, give yourself 2 weeks to just feel it. Don't force yourself to move on. And then slowly you will start thinking of new ways to do things and different ways to approach what you want to do, so that maybe you'll succeed the next time. It's an important tip or outlook, bouncing back from a failure So I'm not using just the word rejection. It could be looked at as a way to bounce back from failure as well. Give yourself those 2 weeks, and if you've reached the end of those 2 weeks and you're still sort of down in the dumps, I think after that time period, it's a good idea to start forcing yourself a little more to feel better if you haven't. It's just giving you the space, and then after that time period is over, being your own cheerleader and pushing yourself to move on and pushing yourself to keep going. And if you truly love writing, if you truly love what you do, that has to be enough. You can't let the rejection paralyze you. The joy has to come from the doing, not the outcome. And the outcome is what other people think of it. So writers that keep going, writers who end up getting momentum and succeeding in terms of getting their writing read, first and foremost, just love what they're doing, and they will do it no matter how it's received. So if that is you, you're on the right track. You gotta love it. You gotta love it first. All right, so now it is your turn to comment on this video by giving it a thumbs up or by giving it a thumbs down. Write me a comment about how you feel about rejection, maybe how you personally get over it, because it happens to everyone. Leave that comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed, or unsubscribe if you don't like this. And I will talk with you soon.